Yeah, my name is Arvind Singhal, and I'm the chairman of a management consulting company based out of India called Technopack. We focus on all consumer products industries and retail, of course. See, I can only speak for India and other emerging markets in Asia and perhaps in Africa as well. I think the most exciting opportunity for retailers from across the world is that there is generally a very, very young customer whose aspirations are very, very similar to what the aspirations could be, say, in more mature, more developed markets. And they're seeing steady increase in their disposable income. So while it is tough to deliver, but as an opportunity, young customers, rising incomes, rising aspirations, and to me, it's an exciting opportunity. If I were to flip what I just said, the big challenge is like this also, that the same customers, whether they are in India or whether they are in Philippines or Indonesia or Nigeria, for that matter, they see the same internet, they have the same influence of global media in their countries as they would anywhere else. So they have expectations which are very high in terms of product quality, in terms of brands, in terms of capability, service, yet the income levels are much lower than what you would find in, say, EU or North America. So how do you meet those expectations where the customers want the moon and the stars and throw in a few other planets as well, and yet do not have the purchasing power to indulge in all of that kind of shopping experience? So that's a big, big challenge for retailers from various parts of the world, that they find that the customers are very evolved, but yet because they are constrained by incomes, so how do you strike a balance between the two? So the solution could be manifold. The first is, as a retailer, you decide what your value proposition is. So if I were to give an example of Aldi or Primark, both are deep, extreme discounters, not only just discounters, they're extreme discounters. So that's a value they offer to the customers in Germany or the UK or elsewhere. If these retailers were to go to the emerging markets, probably they will succeed even more there, because there the customers are even more challenged for incomes. Unfortunately, what my experience has been is countries like India are sort of more attractive for more mid-priced or more premium-priced retailers. And they have the challenge in sourcing, they have the challenge in logistics, in supply chain, and customer incomes. So to me, one way could be to say that, look, let's focus first on the value market, because this is what the market is ready for. The market is ready also for luxury, but then the market is very small. And people who are in the middle, neither aspirational in terms of luxury or extreme discount or value, they're the ones who struggle more.
So what will characterize a winning retailer in the future?
The winning retailer in the future, I think, first and foremost, I think everybody is aware about the impact digital is making. And yes, it's not about whether it is pure play or whether it is physical retail. It's not only just about omni-channel as such. I mean, that term has been used very, very often. The winning retailers will actually have to find a way to engage with their consumers one person at a time. One size fits all is very, very unlikely to meet the requirements. While retailers do claim that they look at every single customer through the loyalty program and otherwise as individuals, I think behind the scenes, they're just a massive block of a few million people in some segment, a few thousands. So winning retailers are the ones who are likely to say that, look, I can now reach out to my customer directly through her mobile phone. Let me engage with her. Let me try to figure out what she is looking for, what excites her, what she might be interested to buy at this point in time. And if I can just tailor-make my offer specifically to her, then I think those retailers will do better than basically others who just talk about very loosely experience and service and all. But you have to quantify this notion of experience and service. What do you mean today by service? Is it by somebody saying, may I help you? Experience, does it mean that it's got clean loose like it was said yesterday in one of the plenary sessions? Sure, there are hygiene factors literally and otherwise, but would the customers come to a particular store because the toilets are cleaner? I doubt it. There are a few trends which I'm very, very fascinated by. The retail world, across the world in this case, is going through some very exciting changes. And I don't think anybody can model as to what will be the impact of those changes on the shopping behavior of people. So first change is, how do consumers, customers, get their information? In the past, it could have been TV, could have been magazines, could have been billboards. Today, beyond this, it is social media, as we know. But beyond social media, at least in emerging countries, and especially in India's case, I can talk about now, workplace is becoming such an important place for information dissemination. Let me explain to you a bit more. As more and more women in India get into workforce, and you spend more and more time, not with your friends, not with your family, not with your spouse and children either, but you spend almost 10-12 hours in the company of colleagues. So your office colleagues in a way become your peer group as reference points. If one person has had a good experience about something, she would talk about that to 20 other people. So how does one use that also as a part of a physical social media as opposed to digital social media? So there's a combination of multiple influences which the customer is now being subjected to. So how would she make her decision finally? What works? Is one trend which is fascinating to me. The second fascinating trend which I would love to see how it pans out is, I talked about one-to-one marketing. One-to-one marketing is being done. So it's not something which is a notion which is theoretical. I attended a presentation from Ocado last year at a retail week event, if I'm not mistaken, in London. And where he explained and showed to us that how each individual's shopping cart can be predicted and filled up. Now, this is one example of a one-to-one marketing. Amazon does it all the time, and we know that. Now, it's fascinating to see that to what extreme extent this one-to-one marketing would do. Can retailers or brands even create products for one person at a time, which is mass customization or mass personalization? And today, technology is permitting that. Not in everything, but some things. So these are two trends which I would be very fascinated to track.